right, good evening, everyone. We'll call the meeting to order. Any disclosure of pecuniary interests and general nature thereof? Seeing none, reading and confirmation of the minutes, that the minutes of the Council Planning Committee meeting held on December 4th, 2023 be approved. Councillor Alsop, Councillor Enright Miller, all in favor. That's carried. I have some opening remarks. The public meeting is being heard by the Council Planning Committee, and public notice has been given in accordance with the Planning Act. The citizen appointees joining are Mr. John Baltutis, Mr. Paul Jennings, and Ms. Sarita Van Dyke. They may ask questions and participate in the discussion to assist in recommendations to assist City Council, but may not make motions or vote in connection with the public meeting. If a person or public body does not make oral submissions at a public meeting or make written submissions to the Planning Committee or City Council before the bylaw is passed, the person or public body is not entitled to appeal the decision of City Council or the Ontario Land Tribunal. If a person or public body does not make oral submissions at a public meeting or make written submissions to the City of Belleville before the related bylaw is passed, the person or public body may not be added as a party to a hearing of an appeal before the Ontario Land Tribunal unless, in the opinion of the tribunal, there are reasonable grounds to add the person or public body as a party. Comments received at this public meeting, as well as written comments, will be considered by the Engineering Development Services Department in the analysis of the applications that were part of the public meeting tonight. For further information on how to provide comments to the city regarding an application from this public meeting, please email planning@belleville.ca. A recommendation report will be brought forward upon receipt of all agency and public comments in the future. Any persons wishing to be advised of the City Planning Committee's recommendations regarding today's applications are requested to leave their name and address on the appropriate notification sheet on the clipboard beside the podium. And with that, we'll move to the public meeting portion. 5.1, notice of complete application and introductory public meeting for proposed zoning bylaw amendment bylaw 3014, 287 Kelly Road, City of Belleville. Owner is Chuck Kelly, and the file number is B-77-1205. And if staff could present the application, please.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. The subject land is municipally known as 287 Kelly Road. 287 Kelly Road comprises of 3 parcels. You have the western parcel, the central parcel, and the eastern parcel, or the parcel to the right. It is separated by an unopened road and the Kelly Road itself. This application is in regards to the parcel east of Kelly Road. It is more specifically located southeast of the Kelly Road and Clearview Road intersection. Consent applications B13/22 and B23/22 each granted approval to sever 1 residential lot from the subject land for the construction of 2 single detached residential dwellings. The severed lots of the subject land are currently vacant and are currently zoned rural zone. As a condition of both consents, this application proposes to rezone the severed lots from rural zone to rural residential zone. No rezoning is proposed for the remainder of the retained portion of the subject land. The official plan designation of the subject land is rural land use and environmental protection. No changes are proposed to the land's designated environmental protection. And at this time, staff have not received any correspondence from the public regarding this application. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Is there anyone wishing to speak in favor of the application? Yep. Yeah, if you could come forward and activate the button on the the microphone. I'm ready to cook my supper. Yeah, just a bit.
I got nothing to say. I'm just the applicant that applying for the rezoning.
Okay, very good. Any questions from committee members? No? Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.
Anyone else wishing to speak in favor of the application? And a third time. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition of the application? And a second time. And a third time. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition of the application? Okay, seeing none. Resolution that the Kelly application B-77-1205 be referred to the regular Planning Advisory Committee meeting for consideration. Councillor Alsop, Councillor Brown, all in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Can I get a motion to adjourn this portion of the meeting? Counselor Wright Miller, Counselor Millet, all in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Just move on to the next agenda. All right. Okay. Any disclosure of pecuniary interest and general nature thereof? Seeing none, reading and confirmation of the minutes. Resolution that the minutes of the Planning Advisory Committee meeting held on December 4th, 2023 be approved. Mr. Baltutis, seconded by Councillor Millet. All in favor? That's carried. Thank you. No deputations. Correspondence. Can I get a resolution that the Planning Advisory Committee receive the correspondence for information? Councillor Alsop, Councillor Brown, all in favor? That's carried. Thank you. 6 referrals from the planning or from the public meeting. 6.1 notice of complete application and introductory public meeting for proposed zoning bylaw amendment, bylaw 3014, 287 Kelly Road, City of Belleville. Owner is Chuck Kelly. File number is B-77-1205. Resolution reads that report number PP-2024-01 dated February 5th, 2023 regarding notice of complete application and introductory public meeting for proposed zoning bylaw amendment, bylaw 3014, 287 Kelly Road, City of Belleville be received as information, and that staff report back at such time as input from the public, commenting agencies and municipal departments has been received, assessed, and addressed to the satisfaction of the Engineering and Development Services Department. Moved by Councillor Alsop, second by Councillor Brown. Questions or comments on this one? Seeing none. Oh, Councillor Brown.
Thank you, Chair. Question to staff. The 2 residential lots that are being recommended here don't, according to the drawings, don't actually go back to the lot line. Is there a reason why we would keep the section between the lot line and the residential severances that we're recommending?
Through the chair to Councillor Brown, yep, that was as part of the consent review that was done in order to keep the northern and southern pieces of the property as one parcel. That was the intention. If they'd gone all the way back, then we'd have 4 parcels, which would be in excess of what was permitted.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Jennings.
I had a similar question about the width of that parcel, because it's hard to tell on that hand-drawn map. It looks like it's less than 20 meters. Is that going to provide enough access?
Through the chair, the Committee of Adjustment considered that and felt that there was sufficient access to get through there at the time that they reviewed the consents.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Moving on to report 7.1, staff recommendation report for proposed amendment to zoning bylaw number 10-245, lots 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, and 22 of registered plan 812, part 1, City of Belleville. Owner applicant is Quinney Healthcare Corporation. Agent is RFA Planning Consultant Incorporated, and the file number is B-77-1202. The resolution reads that the Planning Advisory Committee recommends the following to City Council: that that application B-77-1202 to amend the City of Belleville zoning bylaw number 10-245 as amended for lots 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, and 22 of registered plan 812, part 1, City of Belleville be approved as follows: that zoning bylaw number 10-245 as amended be amended by rezoning a portion of the subject land zone residential second density R2-3 zone to community facility CF-11 zone to expand the parking lot for Belleville General Hospital, and to further amend the CF-11 zone to reduce the required parking lot aisle width from 7.3 meters to 7 meters, which would allow for an additional 107 staff parking spaces. Moved by Councillor Alsop, seconded by Mr. Jennings. Any questions or comments? Councillor Millet.
Thank you. And as we heard at the last meeting from Mr. Aquafredo, who is the resident owner of the property that would be basically almost surrounded by this parking lot, there are and will be, I guess, at site plan concerns addressed for, I believe it was lighting and perhaps some buffering, landscaping around his property, I guess. Is that, am I to understand that?
Okay, through to staff.
Sorry. Yes, these are things that are normally addressed at the site plan approval stage, and the applicant had indicated that when the site plan approval state comes, then they will address all that. Yeah. Thank you. Back to you.
Okay, through you, Chair, thanks very much, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay, all in favor? That is carried. Thank you. 7.2, staff recommendation report for proposed amendment to zoning bylaw number 3014, 1497 Harmony Road, City of Belleville. Owner applicant is Daniel and Carrie Colangelo. File number is B-77-1203. Resolution is the Planning Advisory Committee recommends the following to City Council. That application B-77-1203 to amend the City of Belleville zoning bylaw number 3014 as amended for 1497 Harmony Road, City of Belleville be approved as follows. The zoning bylaw number 3014 as amended be amended by rezoning the severed portion of the subject land from prime agriculture PA zone to rural residential RR zone, and the retained portion of the subject land to a site-specific prime agricultural PA-59 zone with special provisions to prohibit residential development and recognize a reduced frontage of 58.5 meters and a hazard H zone. Moved by Councilor Brown, seconded by Mr. Baltutis. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor? Is carried. Thank you. 7.3, staff recommendation report for proposed official plan amendment and zoning bylaw amendment, bylaw 10-245, 221 Bell Boulevard, City of Belleville. Owner is Choice Properties Limited Partnership. Agent is Wellings of Belleville Incorporated. File number is B-50-3-42 and B-77-1185. Resolution reads that the Planning Advisory Committee recommends the following to City Council. That applications B-50-3-42 and B-77-1185 to amend the City of Belleville official plan and zoning bylaw number 10-245 as amended for 211 Bell Boulevard and 221 Bell Boulevard, City of Belleville be approved as follows. The Belleville's official plan as amended be amended by redesignating a portion of 221 Bell Boulevard from commercial land use to residential land use as outlined in attachment number 4 to this report, PP-2024-04, and that zoning bylaw number 10-245 as amended be amended by rezoning a portion of 221 Bell Boulevard from highway commercial C3-45 zone to residential 6 density R6-41 zone with special provisions to reduce the distance between the buildings, increase the building height for the proposed apartment building, and permit accessory commercial uses on the ground floor, including a health club, bar, and restaurant, permit townhouse dwellings, including special provisions to reduce the minimum unit size and include parking spaces in a garage or driveway in the parking requirement calculation to facilitate the development of a 4-story apartment building containing 74 units and accessory uses and 89 townhouse dwellings, and that a holding H symbol be applied as detailed in attachment 15 and outlined in attachment 5 to this report, PP-2024-4, to portions of 221 Bell Boulevard in the highway commercial C3-45 zone and residential 6 density R6-41 zone, and to the property at 211 Bell Boulevard in the highway commercial C3-24 zone to require a functional servicing report demonstrating sufficient sanitary sewer capacity to the city's satisfaction prior to full build-out of the subject lands. Moved by Councillor Alsop, seconded by Councillor Enright Miller. Any questions or comments? Councillor Millette.
Thank you. Through you to staff and whoever can answer the question. Maybe I missed it in some of the detail. The additional provisions requested for the townhouse dwellings include permitting the use of the R6 zone, fine. Reducing the minimum unit size. I couldn't find the dimensions, and I'm just wondering what our dimensions are for the minimum unit size for townhouse dwellings?
wants to take a crack at that one?
Generally, while he's looking for that, I guess our townhouses is sort of, we don't normally put minimum provisions, because that's kind of, as well, people zoning. So we typically go by the building code, and that's when we go into our new zoning bylaw, it'll be the building code will dictate minimum size. This was a bit of an anomaly, so we had to do a bit of a specific adjustment, Paul. That's the background while Greg is looking for the exact numbers, but we're still meeting the building code, so that's, they will still be required to meet the building code, which is the important thing.
Thank you. That's my only concern. I don't need the actual numbers, and I would assume that it's not a significant reduction, but again. Go ahead.
Sorry, yep, through the chair. So gross floor area of a one-bedroom unit minimum is proposed at 57.2 square meters, whereas I believe the townhouse provisions in the R5 zone, for example, require something in the 70 square meter range. So, but 57.2, that's still around 600 square feet, I'd say.
All right, thanks very much.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all in favor? That is carried. Thank you. Information matters, 8.1 official plan and zoning bylaw amendment monitoring report. Resolution is that the official plan and zoning bylaw amendment monitoring report dated February 5th, 2024 be received. Ms. Van Dyke and Mr. Baltutis, any questions or comments? See none, all in favor? That's carried. Any general business? I'll just mention that the draft consolidated zoning bylaw is out for comment, for public comment. Deadline is approaching soon, and it's anticipated it'll return to this committee in March. So for members of the public who haven't reviewed it or provide comments, this would be a good opportunity to do so. Anything else for general business? If not, I need a motion to adjourn. Councillor Brown, Mr. Baltutis, all in favor? That's carried. Thank you.